Lilian Odira. She is the reigning world champion in the 800 meters. Some fans still call her Tokyo win a fluke. Keely Hodgkinson, the Olympic champion, wanted proof it wasn't. They lined up together again on American soil. What happened over the final 100 meters silenced the doubters. That doubt did not come from nowhere. Lilian Odira was almost unknown before September 21, 2025. She runs for the Kenya Prison Service, far from the sport's biggest spotlight, and she was born on April 18, 1999, in Migori County, a farming region in western Kenya. Her path to the top was slow. She reached the semifinals at the 2024 Paris Olympics, then won back-to-back Kenyan national titles. 1 month before the World Championships, she raced Hodgkinson at a Diamond League meeting in Silesia, Poland, and lost, running a personal best of 156.52 for second place, while Hodgkinson won in 154.74. Nobody expected what came next. At the World Championships in Tokyo, Kenyan teammate Mary Moraa pushed the pace hard through the opening lap. Odira sat patient behind the leaders, then unleashed a finishing kick over the final 100 meters that nobody could answer. She crossed the line in 1 minute and 54.62 seconds, a personal best that also broke a 42-year-old championship record. Georgia Hunter-Bell of Great Britain took silver. Hodgkinson had to settle for bronze in 154.91. That old championship record belonged to Jarmila Kratochvilova of Czechoslovakia, set in 1983. Her name would keep coming up because she also holds the outright world record for the full distance, 1 minute and 53.28 seconds, a mark that has stood since 1983 and remains the oldest individual world record left in track and field. Odira's gold made her the fourth Kenyan woman ever to win the world title in this event, and it came as part of a full Kenyan sweep of every distance race from the 800 meters through the marathon in Tokyo. Odira had done something historic, but questions followed her anyway. Was Tokyo a one-off, or could she beat Hodgkinson again when it counted? While Odira built her case, Hodgkinson's 2026 season had already turned into a stress test. Indoors, everything went perfectly. On February 19th, at a meet in Lieven, France, she ran 154.87 to break a world indoor record that had stood for 24 years, and she won her first world indoor title soon after. Outdoor, things got harder. On June 7th in Stockholm, Hodgkinson ran the fastest race of her outdoor career, 154.33, a new British record. It still was not enough. Switzerland's Audrey Werro won that race in 153.98, the first woman in 43 years to break the 1 minute 54 barrier. 3 weeks later, in Paris, Werro went even faster, running 153.80. Hodgkinson had reason to feel the pressure. She is the reigning Olympic champion, having won gold at the 2024 Paris Games, and she had already spent part of 2026 racing the 400 meters to sharpen her opening lap speed for a world record push. Then, on June 21st at the UK Athletics Championships in Birmingham, Hodgkinson pulled out of the 400-meter final moments before the start. She said she felt tightness in her leg and did not want to risk her hamstring again after 2 serious injuries the year before. It was a precaution, not a crisis, but her build-up to Eugene was already unsettled. Then came the fall. In the days before flying to the United States, Hodgkinson took a bad tumble during a cool-down after a training session. She avoided serious bruising, but both knees were left with deep cuts and heavy swelling. So much that bending her knees or simply standing up became painful. She landed in Eugene with her knees taped up, unsure if she would even be able to race. On July 4, 2026, the Prefontaine Classic returned to Hayward Field at the University of Oregon as the 9th Diamond League meeting of the season. The women's 800 meters was named a Diamond Plus event, meaning the winner would take home $20,000 instead of the usual $10,000. The field was loaded. Odira arrived as the reigning world champion, riding a season in which she had reached the podium in every race so far, opening with a runner-up finish at the Keely Classic in Nairobi in April, then a Kenya Prisons title treble across the 1500, 800, and 400 meters. Then a third-place run at the Rabat Diamond League in Morocco in May. She sealed her spot for the Commonwealth Games only 2 weeks earlier by winning a third straight national title at the Kenyan Trials in Nairobi. Hodgkinson arrived as the Olympic champion, the world indoor champion, and the British record holder, but also as someone chasing her second straight loss to a top rival. Before the gun, Hodgkinson's team had the stadium's pacing lights, known as wave lights, set to a blistering 153.50 with a planned opening lap of 55.50 seconds. The message was clear: hurt knees or not, she came to test the world record. With the gun fired, Hodgkinson did not explode the way her own wave lights promised. She started slowly, still feeling the effects of her taped knees. Odira settled into the pack behind her, reading the pace, refusing to be pulled into a fight she did not need yet. Through the opening 200 meters, the field bunched together, nobody willing to commit to the front alone. By the bell lap, Hodgkinson had found her rhythm. She moved to the front and took control the way an Olympic champion is supposed to, stretching the field out behind her. Coming off the final bend with exactly 100 meters to go, Hodgkinson looked like she had the race won. Her taped knees did not stop her from opening a gap. For a moment, it looked like the pacing lights she had requested might actually mean something. Odira did not panic. She sat just off Hodgkinson's shoulder, patient, saving her legs for the one weapon she trusts more than anything else: her closing speed. Down the home straight, the two women ran shoulder to shoulder in front of a full Hayward Field crowd. With 50 meters left, Odira found another gear. She surged past Hodgkinson right at the line, the same devastating late move that won her the gold medal in Tokyo. She crossed first in 156.19, a season's best. Hodgkinson crossed second in 156.73. American Addison Wiley took third in a season's best of 157.70. It was the same story as Tokyo. Hodgkinson leading late, Odira waiting, Odira striking at the exact right moment. This was not a fluke. This was a pattern. Nobody broke a world record in Eugene. Neither Odira nor Hodgkinson came anywhere close to Kratochvilova's 153.28, or even to Werro's 153.80 from Paris. Hodgkinson's knees, still healing from her fall, were clearly a factor in a race that started far slower than her own wave lights had promised. Calling this a full measure of her fitness would not be fair. At the same time, credit belongs to Odira. She has now reached the podium in every race she has run in 2026, from Nairobi to Rabat to Oregon. Beating the Olympic champion for the second time in less than a year, hobbled knees or not, still counts. Tactics matter over 2 laps, and right now, nobody in the world is timing the final 100 meters better than Lilian Odira. Neither Odira nor Hodgkinson is actually the fastest woman on the planet over 800 meters this season. That title belongs to Switzerland's Audrey Werro, 22 years old, who was not even in the Eugene field. Audrey Werro's 153.80 in Paris cements her as the third fastest woman in history, leaving her just 52 seconds shy of Jarmila Kratochvilova's 1983 world record. With Werro skipping Eugene, the 800-meter narrative remains split. She is the primary challenger to the world record, while Lilian Odira and Keely Hodgkinson trade blows for race supremacy.